I wanted to share how I'm using Claude Code to help me build out projects and get them started. I'll be using Claude to create a checklist for an artist print-on-demand project to help me get my art off of my desk and into my Shopify account. And I'll be using Gelato as the print-on-demand service. I'm not actually going to showcase how I'm doing all that Gelato and the Shopify account. I'm really just demoing how I'm using Claude to create a checklist for me and to think through what the pieces and parts of this project. So I'm using Claude Code via the command line here. I've already got that here on the screen right here. And I'm using Obsidian to interface with the files that Claude is going to create to view them and to interact with the markdown files. For Obsidian, I'll go ahead and demonstrate how I'm going to point that to this directory that I'm already got Claude working in. I'm going to open a vault here. I think all that's fine. So then I'm going to open folder as a vault. But I'm going to use this folder as my project space. So here we go. There's the Obsidian view of this empty file. I'll go ahead and make that text bigger. I think will help. All right, and then here's the prompt that I already have set up to give to Claude. I'm not going to read through the prompt word for word, but the gist is this paragraph here explains what I'm asking Claude to help me with and any other relevant information. And then I'm also stating that I'm using Obsidian, and so use any of the features that Obsidian has to help me organize and interact with the content. And then I'm asking Claude to interview me as much as it deems necessary to flesh out the idea. It'll be using this questions.md file, that's a markdown file, to write the questions and then to read my responses. And then finally, put everything in this folder named Print on Demand Project. So I will grab all of this and paste it in the Claude. Great, it's asking me for permission to do this work. I'll say yes. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a Print on Demand project here and a Markdown file with some questions. And so let's see, round one. And so I'll go ahead and move through these questions and answer them and get back to you here. Okay, I've got round one complete. Some of these questions I answered with that I don't know yet or haven't explored. And so that's all part of the process is kind of figuring out with the AI agent what the full context is of what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to say that done with round one, whoops, questions. Creating round two questions, I think. There we go. All right, I'll go ahead and answer these questions and get back. Round two done. Oh, we're actually going to do a round three. So again, here's some of the round two questions. Again, here I said that I don't have any of these products yet for Gelato. So this is me just learning and trying to move forward with this project. Okay, round three questions. All right, round three done. And I do like going to the files as opposed to answering directly in the Claude Code chat window. It just feels like I can interact with the questions better in a file than trying to answer them one by one in the chat. Okay, it looks like it's got everything it needs to build out the checklists. And so we'll see what's done here. Got some music going in my eardrum, so gotta have something in the background. And I can't play it because then I get a copyright strike. So we're just going with it in the headphones. Waiting, 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 waiting. Okay, cool. It created an index. Probably something I should have stated in the beginning. But then it's going to create, it looks like a couple of files here. Creation to-do list. Instagram checklist, YouTube checklist, and then some other information. But here's some information about gelato, creation to-do list. That looks like that's complete, or at least working on. So here's that checklist to photograph the original, edit, export. Cool. There's a bunch of stuff here that I can work through. And then product description. Okay, right. So this would be um, the product description that I need to then put on into my Shopify account, or the Shopify product. And what this came up here, pricing guide. Okay, fair enough. We've got a pricing guide. And I could use all of this or none of it, or change or work with Claude to have it change to something that feels better. And then gross margin 3 is approximately meaning for every $15 sold, 10% profit before Shopify fees and any ad spend. Also ask Claude to do, now I'm thinking about it, is add in a buffer for taxes. And that may be a whole nother round of questions asking me kind of what my current tax rate is or something like that, how much I want to hold back per sale to make sure that I do have enough put aside for future taxes. Okay, here's the Instagram checklist for marketing. It looks like it also created the YouTube one. So here's some content pillars I could use. And again, some checklists for different types of posts. It looks like, yeah, story, static post, reel, some information about making those, having a hook, yada, yada, yada. Okay, some hashtags to use. Claude also gave me a breakdown of the different files here. And I really like that. I got this index here. And then the YouTube checklist, more content pillars. It's not so much the outcome that I wanted to showcase here, it's the process of using Claude, asking it a prompt, the different parts of the prompt. And again, I'll put this into the description. Then after Claude does its thing, you go through a couple rounds of questions. That's really important to build out context and flesh out the idea, because it may be hard to put all that into just the initial prompt. Having that interview process allows you to work with Claude, with an AI agent. It could be Gemini or ChatGPT, to flesh out the idea. And once that's all been done with the rounds of questions, then the end results are created. The actual files and content that I can use to work through this process of creating print-on-demand artwork and selling it on my Shopify account. Wanted to share that. Thanks for hanging out for this long. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to see my artwork, I'll leave a link to my artist website below. So thanks for your time. Cheers.